Hello, world. Welcome to episode 189 of the Jimmy Canz Show. It is our favorite time of the year. It is the Royal Rumble. It is coming up
Yes,
this Saturday,
yes,
Indianapolis, Indiana, Lucas Oil Stadium. Woo! First,
yes. I always have to say this is my wife's favorite event of the year.
yeah, like I said, it's not the biggest event of the year, but it's my favorite event of the year. Just
Yes,
the speculation, the intrigue all around
yeah.
it, that timer ticking down, not knowing who's coming out next. Woo! Love it, love it,
Yeah.
love it. So, this is actually the first of three major events to eventually go down here at Lucas Oil Stadium, as this is also going to be the site of a future Mania and a future SummerSlam. They haven't said what years yet, but they did sign that deal. So this is the first of a three-peat.
Of three. Of three. All right.
So anyway, let's kick it off. We'll discuss the Women's Royal Rumble. Obviously, we know the winner will receive a WrestleMania main event title match of their choosing. Current women's champions right now are Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton. So we'll see who might potentially be facing one of them at Mania. So, as always, we'll do first our surprise entrant. Then we'll go
All
ahead,
right.
we'll announce our final fours, and then who we think the eventual winner is going to be. Remember, with your surprise entrant, somebody that has been off of TV for a minimum of 6 weeks, and or a new signing or a return of that.
Hmm.
So I'll kick it off here. I think the first surprise we get uh, in the Rumble is going to be none other than the man Becky Lynch coming back.
Interesting. Interesting. That is a great solid pick. Blue chip pick.
Blue Chipper.
So I like that pick. I like that pick.
Okay. Who
I'm
you got?
gonna go with I'm gonna go with the returning Jade Cargill. I think
Aha.
uh I think that this is the perfect time to replug her into that story
Mm-hmm.
and advance that story too, because they've done a great job of having so many multiple stories that you're interested in, and this is definitely one of them. So
Mm-hmm. Actually, interesting side note. Did you watch NXT last night?
I did not. I did
You
not
did
this
not.
week.
Okay. All right. Because, Bianca and Naomi defended the tag titles,
Yes, yes,
against
I didn't know that.
and everything. And they blew, and Naomi, there was a pin attempt by Jakara Jackson on Naomi. And I don't know if Jakara just like was a little overzealous or whatever. She had it a little too snug where Naomi really couldn't, and like the referee really did have to hold up. I mean, it was pretty blatant and everything. Like the crowd crapped all over it because you could
Yeah,
tell that it should have
you
been
know
a 3 count.
the crowd's gonna call you out these days. Like the
Yeah,
crowd is
yeah,
gonna call you out. They always have, and they're definitely gonna call you out these days. So,
yeah,
hey, I will definitely go back and watch that though. That sounds
yeah. Go
amazing.
back and watch that. Like I said, it was. I mean, like I said, I don't know. Just her inexperience. She had that roll up a little too snug, and you could see Naomi trying to power through, and she just couldn't. And
Oh man.
yeah, it was pretty
Oh,
bad. Anyway, so all right, go on. So final fours. Who's your final four, Rod?
all right. I think Jade returns to make it to the final four.
Okay.
I think could be. This could have also been one of my surprises. I got Charlotte Flair.
Well, she's announced.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Yep, so that's correct. So I have Charlotte
Mhm.
Flair, Nia Jax, and I think
Uh,
Liv.
okay. All right. Very interesting. I'm very close to the same on this one. I too have Liv. I too have Charlotte. I too have Jade. But my last one is not Nia. My last one is my surprise entrant, Becky.
Okay, okay, okay.
So, with that being said, my predicted winner for the Women's Royal Rumble is the returning Becky Lynch. I'm going trifecta here. Becky, Becky, Becky. Uh,
Well, I feel you because I went the same way with Jade Cargill. I got Jade. So, so I'm going Jade for the return, Jade for the final four, Jade for the win.
All right. All right. So there you have that. So next up on the card, we have a 2 out of 3 falls contest for the WWE Tag Team Championships. You got former champions, the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, taking on DIY, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Wrestling himself, Johnny Gargano. Um, which way you going, Rod?
It's hard for me to go against DIY, man. I'm just them dudes really get out. No, nothing against the Motor City Machine Guns, but
Mm-hmm.
me and Johnny Wrestling and the little Triple H Ciampa.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I think, I got DIY to retain as well. I think this heel run that they've got going on right now has got some legs. So
Yeah,
to pull the titles off from here kind of cuts the legs out from under it, which I don't think would make a lot of sense. I mean, if you're really gonna push them as heels, let them get a little bit of a run here. So I agree.
correct, correct.
So
Little Hunter.
Our other non-Rumble match on the card is a ladder match for the undisputed WWE Championship. We're gonna have two titles above the ring. You got the classic Winged Eagle and the current title hanging over the ring when Kevin Owens takes on the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Um, for me, it's a Cody retention here, going into Mania season and everything. It just makes more sense for Cody to continue on. It gives a little more gravitas to that title, having a long-standing champion going into Mania rather than a fresh champion.
Correct, correct. Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes. I mean, no, I think
Mm-hmm.
everyone,
Yep.
everywhere.
Yep. So, and then that leaves us, like I said, it's not a very big card, but like I said, there's some action matches here. I mean, you got
Oh
two
my God.
matches, which are going to be long. You got a 2 out of 3 falls, which is going to be long. And you got a ladder match, and those are normally long. So the
It'll be
fact
a three. It'll be a 3 hour show, easy.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to have time. It's just not a lot of not a lot of matches, but you're going to have long matches. So anyway,
Yes, yes,
last
yes.
but not least is the men's rumble. Like I said, the winner getting the main event title opportunity WrestleMania in Vegas this year. Like I said, going into this, our current champions are Gunther and Cody. It could be KO before the end of the night, but don't think so. Um, so there you have that. So let us go right here. Who do you have as your surprise for the men's Rumble, Rod?
All right, all right. Now we're talking. Now we get into the
Mm-hmm.
meat and potatoes. So for me, I
Taters.
think it. I think it's going to be a returning Big E Langston. Hopefully
Oh,
he
Big
brings the
E.
Langston back. Hopefully he brings back the Langston with him.
Big E. That'd be a good one. That would definitely pop the crowd. For
To pop the
me,
crowd.
yep, for me, I think that they're going to lean in a little bit to the recently announced partnership that they have with
Hmm.
TNA, and I think say his name, and he appears, I believe, in Joe Hendry.
It's as close to a blue chip as you can get. It's as
Yep.
close to like
I mean,
that's a
current
good
TNA
pick.
World Champion.
Yeah, that's a solid pick.
So,
Solid pick.
so
Okay.
hey, do could and then this just popped in my head. Could the Rumble winner challenge Joe Hendry?
Mm, mm, mm. Yeah.
Food for thought.
Yeah. Oh, what if Joe Hendry wins the Rumble?
Yeah, well, that'd be great.
Mm.
Got everybody thinking now. Hmm. So, final
Mm.
fours. My final four for this Rumble, I've got uh is this individual. I mean, he might be there, he might not. Can't always see him. I think his name's John Cena. Um,
Okay.
Seth frickin' Rollins, uh, the tribal chief himself, head of the table, the OTC, Roman Reigns, and one Mr. Charles Montgomery Punk. So
Okay.
those are my final four.
All right. Well, I got very similar, but my difference is going to be starkly different.
Okay.
So I got John Cena,
Mm-hmm.
Tribal Chief Roman Reigns,
Mm-hmm.
got CM Punk,
Mm-hmm.
And instead of Seth Rollins, I'm going with a surprise. Sometimes
Okay.
we have a surprise in that final four.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
how
yeah.
this guy?
Sometimes. Yep.
Sometimes. And I'm going with a guy who I think's been doing great work. He's really making a lot of people look good. He is a professional wrestler at the epitome. And I'm going with Chad Gable, make it to the final four.
Ah,
The good work's going
okay.
to pay off for him. It's going to pay off for him. He'll have some help from his stable,
Mm-hmm.
and I got him in the final four.
Interesting. Very interesting. So, of those final four there, Mr. Washington, who is going to walk out of Indianapolis with that title opportunity in their hands?
He will walk out with the title opportunity, but we won't see who it is that's walking out because it'll be John Cena.
Maybe his picture was already up there before.
His picture's already going to be up there before. That's the only way
Um,
we'll see him.
it's a solid pick. That's a very solid pick. It's a very high likelihood. But I actually think that the Rumble this time around is going to be won by CM Punk. My rationale on that is they've already so heavily advertised John Cena for Elimination Chamber. So
Hmm.
what's he going to be doing at Chamber if he's not in the Chamber match? Why would he be in the Chamber match if he doesn't need to try and win another WrestleMania opportunity? So I think that's where he gets a WrestleMania opportunity is by winning at Chamber. So that's why I went with Punk here.
He should come out as RoboCop at Chamber.
Bring back RoboCop.
At the Elimination Chamber, that would be awesome. So I like it. I like it. I like to see him. I think either way, one of those is a understandable way to go.
Hmm.
CM Punk makes sense because he.
So, yep. So we got to go over our differences here. In terms of surprises, you said Jade and I said Becky. We had one difference in our final fours, yours being Nia, mine being Becky. Your winner was Jade, my winner was Becky. Kind of thing. So the weird thing here is like with some of this is like both of us might get it wrong. Nia might not be in the final four, Becky might not be in the final four. Neither one of them might be a
Hmm.
surprise. So obviously neither one.
Hmm.
So some of these differences, and that's where all of our differences were around our Rumble picks. The
Yes.
two actual matches we were lockstep on. So again, your surprise Big E, mine's Joe Hendry. Final four, we had one difference there with you having Gable and me having Rollins, and you're taking Cena to win, and I'm taking Punk. So, we have six differences here, but there could be we could get them all wrong.
Yeah. But man, that is goes back to what we talked about at the top though. Like that element of surprise and
That's what makes a Rumble
how
great.
how many permutations of things that can happen is just.
Yep.
I'm ready. I'm ready for the
Yep.
Royal Rumble, man.
Absolutely. I do. I like I said, it's my favorite show of the year. Favorite show of the year, by far. Just there's so much that so much unknown, which makes it really cool and really fun. So we'll have to wait and see. Like there's rumblings and talk that Jordan Grace has signed a contract,
I've
uh,
heard that.
and everything. So she could pop up. That could be another surprise. Um, with
Oh, there could definitely be more than one or two
oh yeah, definitely.
three
But
surprise. It could
with
be.
yeah, there's been talk of with Punk back in the fold and having been there now and kind of really solidified himself. There's some talk that his wife might make an appearance, whether it's just a one
Hmm.
nighter thing. So there's AJ Lee's been kicked around. Her name's come up.
Hmm.
Like I said, there's other individuals within TNA that could be very intriguing. I mean, you got Nick Nemeth, the former Dolph Ziggler. What
Hmm.
kind of reaction would that get? Same, you got Matt and Jeff Hardy in TNA right now. Uh,
And Nick Namath, that would be the one of the other people that I may would substitute in for Gable even as a Final Four
mhm.
tease. You
Yeah,
know what I
I
mean?
mean, even people within TNA that don't have previous WWE affiliation, like Moose,
Yes.
they've been
Yes.
high on Moose for a long time and trying to kind of coax him over. So
High on pot noose.
so,
And,
it's going to be interesting. So, our next predictions will be coming out. We got Vengeance Day coming up. We got three matches now officially announced for that show. We got a women's North American title match, and then the men's and women's main titles will both be defended at that show. So we'll be coming back at you with those predictions probably sometime next week. And then after that, again, we'll have Chamber, which we have to discuss as well. And then we're into Mania. after that, where we'll have Stand and Deliver to talk about, and 2 nights of Mania. So it's that thick, heavy time of the year in terms of shows. Did you hear the other scuttlebutt too? Is rather than a Clash at the Castle this
Hmm.
year, it's supposedly going to be Clash in Paris.
I hadn't heard that.
Yes.
Okay.
So they won't
Okay.
be they won't be in the United Kingdom this time around. They're going to be in Grand Old Paris.
Grand old Paris.
So that should be an interesting one there. And then one last thing before we get out of here, the last thing we came to you with before the calendar year turned over was our CFP predictions.
Oh yeah, how did we do?
So,
Oh yeah,
um,
well I know who got it ultimately got it right. Congratulations.
thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
I actually I only missed two technically, I think. Well, I
Yeah,
guess
man.
three, no, two,
You
because
know,
I had Georgia going over Notre Dame, which didn't happen.
yeah.
Uh, I don't know, and then I think I had Penn State going over Notre Dame, and then Georgia going over Penn State. So obviously Penn State didn't make it that far because Notre Dame did. So I missed those two.
Yeah,
That was it.
I almost pulled off the upset with Arizona State.
You almost did, and I'll be honest with you. I think in Arizona State got a little bit of a raw deal in that game, in my opinion. That was definite targeting call near the
Yeah,
regulation there. I mean, that was textbook when you look at the way targeting is written and everything that you shouldn't be able to do. That was everything that was done in that play, and then
yeah.
they turn around and say no targeting. That was just so bad. I mean, there's no guarantee that even if that had call had been made
Hmm.
correctly, that they're going to hit the field goal and win it. I mean,
Hmm.
still go to overtime and everything there. But the fact that that was just such a badly
It was
blown
a miss. Yeah, it was a
call
miss.
was, I mean, missed. I
Yeah, it
mean,
was a miss.
missed is not saying anything about it at all. Like when you go back and you review it and you still say no, how is that
Yeah.
missed? That's just that's just
Oh,
bad.
I get it. Oh, I get it. I get it. I get it. Oh, I get it. I get it, man. But
That is just bad, man. But
but ultimately, man, the good guys, it was good to see Ohio State win the first ever 12 team. And I think, cause I think we're going to be here for a while at 12 teams.
I don't
And
know.
so,
I'll be honest with you. I think that they're already starting to talk about. I think we're going to get one more year of it, and then they might turn around. And here's my honest to God, um, real gut reaction to it. We get one more year with it as is, and then I think they're going to turn around, and I think they're going to jump all the way up to 16. All right, and when they jump all the way up to 16, they're not going to reseed. And the reason I say that is when you look at the way this year, played out, is Clemson was actually ranked 16, but got jumped all the way up to 12 in terms of seeding to get them in there as a conference champion. I think that their mindset is if we go to 16 teams, that should include all the conference champions. You know what I mean? We don't have to reshuffle things to make sure we get a conference champion in.
yeah.
So wherever you lay kind of thing. So
Yeah,
I'm guessing one more year as is, and then we jump up to 16 with no more reseeding.
yeah, it was that makes sense. It's still, still an honor though for Ohio State to get that first 12 team one. You know what I
Oh, I
mean? So
agree. I agree. Hey,
it's,
we won
it's
the first
history.
4 team. We won the first 12 team. Let's go to
Yeah.
16. Win that one too. Come on.
Yeah. Y'all ain't afraid. Y'all ain't afraid of nothing. So
So, I mean, we did take a major blow though, a couple days ago hearing about Jim Knowles leaving.
yeah,
That's gonna hurt. The guy's a great DC. So trying to replace him is gonna be a challenge.
yeah. But if anybody can do it, because one thing I don't think people talk enough about is Ohio State's consistency. Like
Yeah.
if you think back to like every shoot, as long as I can remember, not for
Mm-hmm.
start, especially starting in the '90s,
Mm-hmm.
like Ohio State they have not fallen off a cliff like we've seen everybody else do. So
No, I mean you went from, let's be you went from you just kind of going through, you know, say, the quote unquote modern football, we'll say kind of like that post World War II era. You went from Paul Brown to Woody Hayes
mhm.
to Earl Bruce to John Cooper to Jim Tressel. to Urban Meyer to Ryan Day.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm saying, man. Like it's. I think sometimes it's under. We get so caught up in the team that's like super, the new teams that's hot for an era that
Mm-hmm.
we can sometimes lose sight like the big. If you take a step back, you can see how long certain teams have been doing it for.
Right.
And Ohio, I remember Ohio State through it all. Like whether it was Florida that was the team at the time, or
Mm-hmm.
anybody else, it was always them versus Ohio State.
Yep. So, so anyway, there you have it. There's our things there for the Rumble. Like I said, we'll be back at you with Vengeance Day. Give us a like, give us a share, give us a subscribe wherever you are. We hope you're doing well. Take care of one another, and we will see you all when we see you.
You see.